What's up, people? Wakey here as usual. Just giving a little recap on the hunting season here and putting a goddamn video out. Yes, every now and then it happens and I'll put a video out. And I was busy hunting this year. Every effing day. And it took me till the Friday before the last weekend of muzzle loading. Never had to break out a muzzle loader before, a smoke pole. But god damn it, got it done with the little basket rack 7. First buck I see in daylight, and the last buck I've seen in daylight. I just been a total Jonah this year. I don't know. I haven't seen many doe really. Well, I established a new hunting area, and it's a coyote infested mess, but I was getting 4 different bucks on camera and chased and tried different setups, ground blinds, tree stands, and it just, one time I grunted a buck in, grunted a deer in. I still don't know if it was a buck or not. I think it was, but it busted me, smelt me, went flying when I was sitting, and it was in some thicket, and I just see a tail fly. Didn't even know he was there till it was too late. But anyway, got it done with a smoke pole. Here's the story. Been sitting in a ground blind for 2 hours. It was Friday. It was pouring ass rain. Ghost muzzleloader didn't dare to get the thing wet. Sitting in a ground blind for 2 hours, pouring. And hunted all day. You can hunt the game reserve down here, Tipman Point, during muzzleloading only. Part of it. Hunted down there a few days. Cut one track. Coyote shit everywhere. Anyway, sat in the ground blind till about 3:30 or so. And I said, F it, I'm getting up. I'm riding. I'm going to ride, try to make it down to the game reserve. Do a little road hunting, I guess, soaking wet. Didn't want to walk around with my muzzleloader. If I got it wet, I would have seen a buck of a lifetime thing went, so I was nervous about walking around or getting in the woods anywhere where I didn't have cover. And come out down the road, and long story short, I couldn't make it to where I wanted to go in time, but apparently it worked out. Pulled down a road where we always see a lot of does and whatnot, and it's right next to near where Miss Wakey's grandparents live. So I get just about down to this field where they usually hang out, and right before then, on top of a blueberry field, there he stood, bucking a doe. I said, here we go. First buck I've seen in daylight. He just stood there. Pulled into the driveway, hopped out of the truck, smoke pole rose, and let him have it. Just hit him, and he dropped. I watched him drop. It was about probably 10 past 4, of course, pouring ass rain. You could only shoot legally till like 4:23 or whatever. Pouring ass rain, so it's edge of dark, plus it's dark out. And I could see him just drop like a sack of potatoes, and he started letting the bleat straight out of him. Brrr, brrr, I mean, I'd never heard a deer he just sounded like a person dying up there in the field. Overall, hunting season, it ended up successful. Number 8 in a row with a buck. But it just started out bad, people. It just was not good. For day 1, riding around with Miss Wakey. She's all fierce to shoot a deer this year. Trying to put her on one. Day 1, just riding around. Meet a warden, get talking to him. Had a loaded magazine in the goddamn gun. $260 fine. First 3 hours of hunting season this year. I said, this ain't a good way to start, people. Got a picture of that somewhere. Like I said, just see does and lambs pretty much. The one day that Miss Wakey and me was sitting a lot for the first week, set up in tree stands and stuff, tandem tree stands, and she's never sat by herself. One day I scouted out an area, had a nice funnel out on a point, surrounded by water. And I said, well, you go sit over in that field, I'll go sit. Kind of better if two of us sit separate. She was nervous about sitting alone. Said, you'll be fine. Sure enough, Spikehorn or Crotch, one of the other small buck, walks out on her. Of course, I'm not sitting there. She shot and missed it. It's probably, that was a good little poke. It was probably 80 yards away, and she was bummed out about that. We looked for hours and scoured, and it's not a very big piece. It's probably about a 5-6 acre piece. You know, we scoured the woods and the thing. I think we ended up pushing it back out around. Anyway, she never hit it. Looked for an hour and a half to see anything. Never even really ran. There was never even a running track. It kind of just pranced off. But anyway, so that was a little excitement. But like I said, I put her on a buck in the first 4 or 5 days, and Christ, I couldn't see a goddamn thing all year. Dylan Outdoors did not get a deer this year. Uncle Nick got one in Dylan Outdoors' spot. Dylan doesn't own a muzzleloader. He's too cheap to go buy one. He took Nick down, Uncle Nick, to his spot. They brought one gun. They said, well, we'll sit in a chairs back to back. If it comes out on your side, I'll take the gun. If it comes out on your side, you shoot. Came out on Uncle Nick's side. The Jim Reaper got a pretty decent buck with a crossbow, so that was cool. Nice to finally get one, get some meat in the freezer, and now I'm going to go and turn this beauty into a nice little European rack, and he'll make a nice little mount. So I'm going to try out the boiling him in water. I'm going to skin him, boil him in water, and try that route. See how that goes. Call me lucky, people. Call me a road hunter. You trolls out there, say what you want to. Come up and hunt in Maine, in Washington County, and see what you think. Try it. But I'll take what I can get. So anyway, until next year, guys. Till next hunting season, we'll have some diving videos coming up with the GoPro, and yeah, we'll keep you posted, guys. Happy hunting, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Peace, guys.